Hey, what's going on, you guys? So this video is going to be a personal video. It's not going to be about marketing or anything like that. And hopefully this video will give you some sort of inspiration if you're on the same journey I am. And hopefully something to look forward to. Now, it felt like it was only like 2 weeks ago since I recorded a video on this topic. And if you don't know what I'm talking about NoFap after 210 days. So you probably read this video and you probably already know what the deal is. But as of recording this video, I'm on day 210 right now. So that's 7 months without masturbating, not even watching porn. Now for most guys that seems like a long time. That seems probably more longer than a life sentence in prison. But honestly, I mean, when you just stop thinking about it and just go about your life, go about your business, I mean, the time just seems to fly by. Now what I wanted to talk about in this video is basically the benefits that I've noticed after 210 days. So in my previous video, there hasn't been much that I've noticed as far as benefits, only a couple of things. And one of the benefits that I've noticed is a huge one, and it is that I'm naturally more happier. I'm in a better mood in general after 210 days compared to before I even started this journey. Like before I started this journey, I would be that type of person who would just think negatively all the time. Even when something's going good, I would always think to myself like, okay, something has to go wrong because that's just the law of nature. So eventually something's gonna go wrong. And I would stress myself out a lot just over nothing basically. I would have this paranoid state of mind where like, okay, if things going good right now, I mean, maybe tomorrow something's gonna go wrong. And honestly, that's not a great way to live. But after 210 days after NoFap, I mean, I don't really think like that anymore. I mean, if something's going good, I enjoy the moment. If something goes bad, I mean, I'm just going to have to figure it out, learn to find a solution for it. I mean, that's a part of life. That's what makes you become a better person. That builds character. Now, another thing that I've noticed, and I mentioned this in a previous video, is that I stopped playing video games. Now, I mentioned this about like 2 months ago. I stopped playing video games altogether because it was just taking a lot of my time. It was distracting me from doing things that I know that I should be doing. So I stopped playing video games altogether. Well, last month in October, I started playing video games again just to kind of reward myself because I went like 2 months without playing video games at all. So I said, you know, I'll just reward myself and play video games here and there. And I noticed that I started falling into that habit where I was playing video games every day for about 1 to 2 hours. So I mean, that habit was starting to come back. So what I told myself is that starting November 1st, I'm not going to play any video games at all. And I haven't played any video games at all this month. And what's crazy is that I don't even have the desire to play video games. It's only when I start to play them, then I'll start to get addicted to playing video games. But what I noticed once I stopped is that like playing video games is just a waste of my time. It's like, it's not really something that's fulfilling to me. I mean, yes, fun to play here and there, you know, just pass the time or just get some entertainment, but it's not really fulfilling. Before I started my journey, I would just be addicted to video games. I would be playing them all day. I have some free time, I'm gonna hop on my computer and play some games, and that would just take a lot of my time away. And another thing that I've mentioned in a previous video is that I started reading every day. Now, I mean, as of right now, I'm not reading every single day. I'm reading maybe about 5 days out of the week. So I'll read about 30 minutes a day and just finish a chapter of my book, and then once I finish that book, I'll reread another book just to get a better understanding of it. But there's a book that my friend recommended to me last month. It was a great book called The 4 Agreements, and I mean, this is a great book for anybody who's just looking to maybe become more personally developed. It's not a really long book, and it just has a powerful message. Now, another thing that I've noticed is that I'm starting to shift away from things that are like physical, like just maybe not even just women, but just like physical material things. Things that most people work hard towards and they just want to buy them just to show off or to be cool or just to brag about what they have as far as material things. I mean, that's not really a big deal to me. That's not something that's important to me. I'm starting to think in more of spiritual terms, meaning like have a more spiritual connection or emotional connection with people. I've noticed that it's easier for me to start a conversation with somebody. Before I started this journey, I mean, I would be somebody who's shy, like an introvert, somebody who just wouldn't start a conversation. Maybe it's due to the fact that I'm consistently uploading YouTube, so I'm just getting better at conversating, even though it's with myself. But I mean, that's just something that I've noticed, is that I'm better at just starting a conversation with just random people. Before I started this journey, I would just probably try my best to avoid starting a conversation with just a random stranger. Now, after 210 days, I just naturally feel good, especially when I come out of the gym. I come out of the gym like even more energized for some reason. I just have this burst of energy, and I just have, it's kind of weird. Like I feel tired, but I feel energized at the same time. But it's a good feeling because I know that I've accomplished something at the gym. I've only lost a couple of pounds since I did my last update video, where I shared in that video that I've lost about 13 pounds, I believe. But I mean, this month I've only lost about 2 or 3. And I mean, that's on me because I haven't been really focusing on what I've been eating. I've just been kind of like getting sloppy with my diet. But I mean, that's something I'm just gonna get back on, and then just, my goal is to hit 180 pounds. So right now I think I'm at like 194, something like that. So I mean, I'm gonna keep on going, and I'm gonna hit 180 pounds, and I'm gonna give myself, I would say, like another 6 months. That's more than enough time. But I know that, I mean, being on NoFap has helped me become more strict and disciplined with my diet. And that brings me to another point. I noticed that I have more discipline for things that I want to do. So like I just mentioned, I became more disciplined with my diet. I stopped eating after a certain amount of time. Like I usually stop eating about after 5 o'clock or 5:30, I stop eating altogether. So I can give my body time to digest the food that I ate earlier in the day. Now another example of how I'm practicing more discipline is that I've been uploading a YouTube video every day for the past, I would say, like 45 days straight now. Because I'm really trying to grow my channel and get more subscribers. And I'm kind of doing this as an experiment just to see how fast or how much my channel will grow after 90 days of consistently uploading a video every day. Because I've heard other people talk about this, and they say, you know, upload a video for 90 days, you're going to make your channel blow up, it's going to explode, it's going to grow, you're going to get more views, more watch time, more subscribers. So I'm just doing this as an experiment. So hopefully I can stay on that course and upload a video every day. And so far I'm doing pretty good. So I'll just give you guys an update on that in the future, just to let you guys know how it goes. Now, final thoughts after being on NoFap for 210 days. I mean, when it comes to the urges, I still get them here and there, but they're not as frequent or as strong as when I first got started. Sometimes I just get that urge out of nowhere and I just want to go rub one out, or fap, or however you want to call it. But I mean, I just practice discipline and self-restraint, and eventually, after a couple of minutes, that feeling just goes away. So I can say that the urges are a lot easier to manage as opposed to when you're first getting started. I remember when I first got started, the urges were just like overwhelming and it just felt like I was gonna explode. But what helped me out just to manage the urges is just practice breathing. I know it sounds simple, kind of dumb, but it does work. When you practice breathing, like deep breaths and releasing them, I mean, that's going to help you manage the urges. Now, another thing is, it's right now, it's what, November 21st? And I didn't even realize that it's No Nut November. I've just been doing what I've been doing for the past couple of months. And then I just start seeing people making all these memes talking about No Nut November. And that actually reminds me of another point. When you stop following what everybody else is doing, when you pull yourself back from like what you see on social media, all these stupid challenges, you stop listening to what's constantly being played on the radio, I mean, you start to realize like who you actually are as a person, and how much or how little all of that stuff really matters to you. I really don't listen to the radio anymore because, I mean, the music is, to me, just sucks now. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV like I used to in years. Like before, I would watch TV for 2 or 3 hours a day. Now I don't even watch TV like that. I might watch TV like once a day for like 30 minutes here and there. And you know, if my favorite show is on, like maybe on the weekends I'll watch an hour of TV, but that's about it. Before, I would just spend hours and hours and hours just sitting in front of the TV. But what's crazy is that when you start your journey with NoFap, I mean, it makes you realize a lot of things. I mean, how much time that you're wasting, and how doing things that everybody else is doing is just kind of like, it keeps you from thinking. Like a great example is like when you're listening to the radio in your car when you're going to work or wherever you're going. When you're listening to your favorite song, you're probably singing along to that song, and I mean, what are you really thinking about? Nothing, right? You're just singing the lyrics to a song because it sounds catchy. It might be a dumb song. You're just singing it because the radio keeps on playing it over and over and over again until you learn how to like that song. And then before you know it, you're singing the lyrics to that song. And what are you thinking about? Nothing. Now that's something that I've realized after being on NoFap. Just how to keep yourself from being distracted. Just keep away from, I mean, being like everybody else. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys an update after my journey with NoFap after 210 days. And like I mentioned earlier, Hopefully this video will give you some inspiration if you're on this journey or if you're thinking about starting NoFap. I highly recommend it because, I mean, the pros outweigh the cons by a landslide. Like I mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to keep on going with this journey because, I mean, I like the benefits that I've received after this long. I mean, there's only more for me to attain after if I keep on this journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Well, that's pretty much it for this one. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.